So, you want to hear more about our MCParks Resort hotels? Well, you've come to the right place. You won't believe all the magical benefits you'll get. With more than 20 fun hotels, you'll get to pick your theme. You'll find the one that's perfect for your perfect Disney dream. We'll get you so excited that you'll never want to leave. The list of things to see and do is too much to believe. It's true, when you're staying at an MCParks Resort hotel, the fun never ends. There are water sports, all kinds of sorts that fill the 7 seas. Restaurants for bold events, such fine amenities. Since your resort hotel can be so near a Disney park, you can play all day with Mickey and see fireworks at dark. You want to spend even more time in a Disney theme park? Well, listen to this. Stay right here with us and then you'll get some magic powers. Extra time inside the parks, we call it extra magic hours. These extra magic hours happen every single day. It's all complimentary, an extra thank you for your stay. Hey, check this out. It's called a Magic Band. Another cool perk we're working on bringing to you here at MCParks. We'll give you each a magic band, wear it on your favorite hand. Have a lot of fun when you're on the run, your magic band will get it done. Just pick the color best for you, orange, yellow, green, and blue. You can open up your door, use it at a store. If you think that's cool, just wait, there's more. That's right, we're currently brainstorming even more functions for your magic band. Also coming to MCParks, collectible items. We've got souvenirs to get, and special pins for you to collect. Trade them with your friends, collect odds and ends, what else can you expect? It makes your stay a treat, did I mention enhanced meet and greets? Come on, get it now, make your trip oh wow, it's sweet. And you know what else is sweet? We're debuting a cross-server inventory system, so your inventory will follow you from WDW to USO and back again. And who doesn't love the fantastic transportation of a Disney resort? Well, MCParks has that too. We can pick you up with our airport bus, drop your bags and you at your doorstep. Plus, with the drive off your mind, leave your worries behind. Transportation, it's on us, even after you get here. Take a monorail or a boat or bus. There's no fee, no charge, there's no mess or fuss. With the drive off your mind, leave your worries behind. Transportation, it's on us. So, we're all set. We hope you'll be joining us soon at a beautiful MCParks Resort Hotel. Zippity-doo-dah, come down and play. We've got magic every night, every day. Plenty of fun times heading your way. Yes, you're gonna love this. Nothing beats an MCParks Resort Hotel. It's a wonderful stay.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the first MCParks Expo. And now, your MCParks owners and keynote hosts, Ryan Hecht and the Dr. Meow Mix.
Hello everybody, and welcome to the first ever MCParks Expo. We are coming to you live here at our convention center. It is a beautiful, beautiful convention center, isn't it, Darren?
I am a fan of how everything came out. I think that, the past few weeks, everybody really turned this, little pet idea into something that is far more exciting and extensive than I would have ever thought. We were initially talking on paper, and the expo was just, some little silly thing for us to make some announcements. And, it's turned out to be basically the exact opposite. It has turned into a very fun and excited two-day event.
Yes, it definitely has. I'm very, very happy with everything. It really scaled up a lot from our initial ideas and what we really wanted to do. Now, I'm sure you guys are very, very excited because of the video that was shown. I was reading some of the reactions and everything to it. Thank you guys. I think you enjoyed it. I couldn't tell. We've got
If
tons.
nothing else, I enjoyed it.
Oh yes, yes, I enjoyed making
that
it.
video for years to come.
Yes, and it will be on YouTube after the expo, so don't worry about that. You'll be able to watch that as much as you want. But we'll get to the contents of that video in just a minute. It was a parody / cover of a video that was on the Disney Parks YouTube channel a couple weeks back. But we'll get to that in a minute. First off, we have, a few things to do. We had almost 60 viewers on our live stream according to XSplit at the moment, and as well as how many people on the server? 70 people online right now.
Yeah. Pretty good so far.
I know, it's a pretty good turnout. I mean, we had about 70 people online for the opening today, which was really impressive. 10 at like 10 in the morning, we had like 70 people. That was pretty cool. And now we've got an equal number of people for our big keynote event. So this is going to be a really good time, and I hope you guys all enjoy it very, very much. Now, in terms of the number of guests, that is really... we have something to say about our number of guests over the year in general. So we're approaching 49,000 guests right now. We have 48,000 something at the moment.
It's like 48,800.
Yeah,
so.
we're very, very close to 49,000, and that's since May of 2014. We reached 30,000 in May of this year. That's 30,000 people in just under a year. And at the beginning of 2015, we were only at 15,000 unique guests. And so that just kind of shows how we're growing exponentially. We doubled in 5 months, and we doubled in
another
5 months almost.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, we're not totally, but it's still pretty insane. If you do plot it out on a graph, it does end up being exponential, which is pretty insane. And also, Darren, we haven't done this alone, have we?
No, of course not. We have had the help of a very wide and diverse team of cast members. Our current number is 48. We have 48 people currently working on the server to help bring my original idea and going even further back, Ryan's idea into fruition here. So shout out to all the cast members, especially we didn't do this earlier even though we said we were going to. Shout out to MLG Builder for building the theater that we're all sitting in right now. Shout out to W2 and Mike for putting a lot of the details together in this expo, and shout out to all the other Imagineers for literally taking this idea that I had written down on paper and had drawn out, to Ryan, a few months ago, and us transcribing it over Skype and Mumble, being able to take that and turn it into this. It was no small task, and it was very promising to show that our Imagineer team was able to take an idea and literally run with it. Oh yeah, definitely. And also, we just came off of another kind of successful crowd working event, Darren, right? You want to talk about that? Of course. So recently, we had launched our first t-shirt campaign. We sold over 40 shirts to, the guests and the cast members of MCParks. That was something, that was, it was a trip to do. And, we have to thank for that because, we work in a medium of non-tangible goods, and then suddenly you introduce a tangible good such as a t-shirt, and the whole dynamic of how do we go about this and how do we move forward using this as a new method of use to the server. So being able to work out all the kinks with that and being able to figure out how to move forward doing that has been nothing but a small feat for us. So we sold over 40 shirts on our first Teespring campaign. Insane. So we currently have another Teespring campaign running right now. It's the MCParks Expo t-shirt. So if you enjoy the Expo logo, if you enjoy how the Expo turned out, and we're not even halfway done yet. So if you enjoy how the Expo's turning out, go ahead and get an MCParks t-shirt.
Yeah, it would really help us out a lot. So that Teespring campaign was really just the tail end of a fantastic year for us, 2015. As I mentioned, we doubled in 5 months, and then we almost doubled in another 5 months, which was absolutely insane. But many other events happened through the year too that really just made 2015 a fantastic year for MC Parks. So we're going to go through and check out some highlights of 2015 here on MC Parks. First and foremost, in January and February, Random Development was working very hard on our new custom website, which we all enjoy today, mcparks.us. This is a huge endeavor by Nick Faust and Jamal, and Darren and myself spent a lot of time in Skype calls with them during January and February of last year. Very, very late Skype calls, and we got tons of work done.
The toughest part about that is you had 4 people who all, either had work or school or, in some cases both.
Right.
And, just getting everybody together. So, half the task in that was just getting everybody together to decide on features. And a lot of it was, them doing work, and then they would hold off on more work till they got our approval. And it was really, I guess, encouraging to the project to see that, a team like Random Development, the guys behind Minecraft Bread, they knew what we were doing here, and they knew that we were doing it to get it right. And the goal wasn't to just get a website up. We wanted someplace that was user friendly, and we wanted someplace that was safe for parents and families to go to. And we wanted some place that we could call our own. We had a completely original website built for us from scratch, and I couldn't have been happier with how the turnout was.
Yeah, you mentioned part of the challenge was getting everyone together. We found that the time to do that was 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
that always ended up being the time. So that's that with our website. And the next big thing...
in February of 2015, we opened up the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. We had several openings of this. Yet again met with challenges, because what would we be without... challenges and difficulty. The first time we tried opening up both Diagon Alley and Hogsmeade, the servers wouldn't stop crashing, and we just had a whole slew of console issues that seemed to plague us for the entire opening. We decided to split the openings up into 2, and they both turned out to be great assets to the server.
Yep, so that was fantastic, albeit challenging. The next thing, we all shed a tear as the Sorcerer's Hat at Hollywood Studios was deconstructed, or maybe we celebrated, depending on who you were. That was an interesting time. It was a very controversial time, but it happened nonetheless. Next up,
people still come on and ask about the hat. They're
it's
like,
true.
This isn't real. Where's the hat?
Oh, first announcement of the day: you can visit the hat in the Prop House, which is a new area that'll be opening after the Expo. More on that later. Darren, what happened? What happened next? What happened in March?
Alrighty, so in March we did the first show using the MCParks show plugin, and that was Illuminations Reflections of Earth. The MCParks show plugin is a plugin that allows us to create shows and rides using text rather than using redstone and dispensers. Yeah,
so it's really an innovative way and is a lot easier for us to create shows en masse, to make more challenging shows and more intricate shows, and it's the system that we've been using on a lot of our rides that have opened since, and that we're working on now as well. So it's really been a very integral tool in 2015, and it will be as well in 2016. Also, in April, we celebrated our 2-year anniversary, which was awesome. We opened a ton of rides on the day of and on the weekend of, and that was a lot of fun. We had tons of guests on, we had parties, we had games, we had a bunch of other stuff going on, and it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed myself.
Yeah, it was probably one of my favorite times. The anniversary time is always a good time to be on. The server, and I'm especially excited for the 3 years anniversary of MC Parks. We actually have a spot in the extended Expo area that's dedicated to the MC Parks 3-year anniversary called MC Parks. And we're going to be running an event from April pretty much through May celebrating 3 years of MC Parks. So that's something that you might want to look forward to if you enjoy events on the server.
We can't be like Disneyland and just have like a year-long anniversary.
Run straight to the 4-year.
Yeah. Maybe once we have more years under our belt, that's the thing you can do. I guess when you have 60 years, right, it's not that much of a percentage. So there's that.
You stop celebrating every 1 year and every
right,
5
and you
years,
just celebrate like
every...
base 10 rollovers and stuff like that. So there's that. Darren, what happened in June?
In June, we reset the MCParks creative server, and what has become the best map ever on the MCParks creative server. I am extremely proud of what the creative community has done. Speaking of the creative community, we have a lot of announcements for creative coming up, not just later tonight, but also tomorrow into the day. So that's something that, if you're a fan of creative, you're going to want to stick around for.
Yeah, the picture you see right here is a screen grab from the highway system that guests built by hand. They didn't have World Edit. They built this all by hand, block by block. This is the highway system that originates in Flagopolis, which still stands today, by the way, albeit with many renovations and extensions, much like in any real highway system. It's insane how much the creative community kind of, like, the way they build stuff and the way they add developments almost in a way kind of mirrors how it happens in real life, and I think that's pretty cool.
That's one of the things that I was so excited for when we started planning the events and panels that we were going to have. Is I made sure that we had one for creative, because creative is such a an integral part to our community, and all the people that just go on creative, they're such a tight-knit community, and having them treated nicely and treated well as far as how the server's going, it's so important to us.
Oh yeah, it really, really is. We also had our fair share of openings of servers in 2015, the first of which was our custom server in June. We opened 2 custom parks, Discovery Core and Adventure Bay, all with their own themed areas, rides, and shows and experiences that still are open today. And we also opened up the Plaza, which was a shopping, dining, and entertainment complex to serve all your consumerist needs. We had the monorail that took you on a round trip around Innovation Lake to see all of the landmarks that Custom had to offer. That was in June, and that was a success as well. While many people don't really go on it nowadays, it was a lot of fun to make. The cast had a really good time designing their own parks for a change, instead of making something one-to-one.
And then just a few...
Go ahead, it's fine.
And then just a few weeks later, we opened up an actual park that exists in real life. We opened up Busch Gardens Tampa, which is currently, if you pay attention to the cast member meetings that we have on Mumble every week, we have Falcon's Fury there, which is our second most popular ride on the server, which receives, 22 riders per day?
It's something like that. It's 21, 22, something around that number.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah, and that's pretty crazy. 21, 22 people per day go ride Falcon's Fury. I'd be curious to know how many of those are re-rides. How many people ride it once and then ride it again? Because it's that contagious. It's a unique ride system. It's unlike anything we have on the server open right now. Maybe
so far,
but it's a really unique thing, and we'll get into how that's done later in the event. And so that was that. Also, in the summer, we began work on New MK. Now, New MK was started because our old one was approaching 2 years old. A lot of the building aesthetic styles had changed over those years, and we've realized that some things were not completely to scale as you do, so we wanted the chance to completely start fresh and redo all of New MK, and so far I think it's been a rip-roaring success.
Yeah, we'll actually go into New MK a little bit further into the Expo, and into the Keynote, and we'll be talking about some of the recent developments that have happened there, and how we're progressing forward within that park.
Hey Darren, you want to stop hitting the X key? Yeah. Anyway.
No.
We're in the Google Doc, and he's just spamming X's. So yeah, New MK was awesome, and we'll talk more about that later. Next up.
And then following that, more recently, we launched MCParks today, which is our cast member-run Twitter account. This is where cast members tweet pictures daily of events going on in the parks, and they showcase new things that are coming to the server. And up until now, it's been GR only, but we do have some announcements coming up a little bit later on that might interest some of the other cast members on the server.
Yes, so stay tuned for that. If you're familiar with Disneyland Today or WDW Today on Twitter, it's basically our version of that. It allows for more direct and more interactive exchanges between the staff and the guests of the server. And so that's awesome. And that is just a small sliver of all of the memories and all of the highlights that occurred in 2015. So, in conclusion, MC Parks had a very successful 2015, and we're hoping for a just as memorable and hopefully even more successful 2016, which brings us to the beginning of our announcements section with plugins and the software that will be coming to MC Parks in 2016. Now,
I'm going to start by addressing that video.
We're going to start by addressing that video. That video was a cover of a video on the Disney Parks YouTube channel, on which they were advertising all of the perks of staying at a Walt Disney World Resort hotel. And obviously those are aplenty. You have extra magic hours, you have proximity to the parks, you have free magic bands, you've got early FastPass Plus registration, you've got transportation and more. And there's so many reasons to stay at a Walt Disney World Resort hotel. And for that reason, many of us, when we travel to Walt Disney World, we stay at one of these resorts. And we really enjoy ourselves, and it almost becomes a second home for us. There's a reason why when the cast members greet us at the door, they say welcome home, because for many of us it is. And for that reason, you would think that it would make sense that here on MC Parks, you can visit your second home as well. And you can stay in a room, maybe even the same room that you stayed in on your last trip. And now this will become possible with a very long-awaited announcement of hotels, functional hotels, coming to MC Parks. Now, this is a plugin that is the first of the plugins that are developed by the MC Parks development team, which is currently numbers 1. It's just myself right now. And we have, or I have, I guess, been working on this for quite a while, on and off, as I've gotten busy and a little less busy and stuff like that. So I'm really glad that it's finally in a place where we can start talking about a release, and we can start talking about getting it out there for you guys to experience. So let me tell you kind of how it's going to work. You guys, the guests, will be able to rent and buy hotel rooms in all of the resorts that we build here on MC Parks. It's initially just going to be the Grand Floridian and the Contemporary, because those are the only resorts that we have built so far. But as we build more resorts, the hotel program will be expanded. If you want to buy your hotel room with in-game currency, you can, but you'll only be able to rent it for a limited amount of time. So you might have a room that you have for a week or so, or something like that. But on donate.mcparks.us, when this is launched, you will be able to spend real US dollars in exchange for a permanent room, more premium room in one of our resorts. So for example, in the deluxe resorts, that might be the concierge level. You might get the concierge level rooms if you buy instead of renting. So those will not leave you, and they will stay with you for the duration of your stay here on MC Parks. Hotel rooms are perfect places for you to hang out and relax with your friends. You can store your items in chests that we'll have in there, and just kick back and relax and enjoy your time, and also add back to that nostalgia factor and add back to that feeling of being at your second home. And I have another great announcement, in that hotels will be available for you guys to demo here at the Expo. Westcott, one of our amazing Imagineers, has built a mini version of Animal Kingdom Lodge and a mini version of the Beach Club Resort for you guys to test hotels in. So there are check-in desks where you can get a piece of paper that's called your room reservation, and then you can right-click any sign to claim the room as your own, and then when you right-click the sign or the door will open, and you can right-click the door again to close it. It's a fairly easy-to-use system, and I'll be demoing it on the live stream for you guys after all of the presentations are over. That way you guys can see how it works. And I hope you guys use it, and hope you guys enjoy it. One bug that's on the version that's on Expo right now, I'll see if I can fix it tonight after everybody leaves, but you can only open the door on the bottom block of the door. You know how doors are 2 blocks tall? You can only use the bottom block of the door. Alternatively, you can click the sign that the room has above it. But more on the specifics of that later. That's a cool thing that you'll be able to demo directly after this keynote ends. So that's going to be very, very exciting. And in terms of a launch for this, we're hoping for late Q1 or early Q2 of this year. So stay tuned for that. Darren, do you have anything to add about hotels?
I think you covered it all. Hotels have been such a integral part to the server, and we used to give them out, but the system was very robust. It was
Yeah.
a system of cast members manually placing signs and keeping track of everything. It's good to see the system automated to a point where we're proud to have everything public, and we're proud to push forward the system, and that's the key thing that you're going to see with the trend here is we're proud with the systems that we're creating because they're to our specifications, and it's what we want attached with the MCParks name.
Yeah, I would wager a guess to say that this might be one of the most asked for features. People ask,
I would say the most
Yeah.
featured is, can I get a hotel room?
can I rent a room? How do I get a room? Where are the resorts? Something like that. And, up until now you can only walk around the premises, but now you can actually get a room and make it your own, so that's pretty cool. So next up that we mentioned in the video was Magic Bands. So Magic Bands used to have a place in MC Parks. They used to have warps and things like that in them, and we're going to bring functionality like that back, and we're going to add more as well. So pretty much the Magic Band is a hub for all of the upcoming features that are coming to MC Parks. So like your hotel rooms, you'll be able to manage your hotel rooms, see where you have rooms and stuff like that. You'll be able to manage achievements, more on that later. Your collectibles that you have, what pins you have, and what clothing you have and stuff like that, and very much more. New features are going to be added over time as new plugins are added and things like that. At first, when it first launches, it's very possible that it might only have support for hotel rooms. Then it'll probably launch alongside of hotels, and you'll only be able to do hotel functionality with it. But as time goes on, we will add functionality to it that we see fit. We'll take comments and suggestions from you guys about what you would like to see on the Magic Band, and I think it'll be a really good experience. That's something that we're working on now. Now we're also considering personalization options and how we want to do personalization. If we want to do special Magic Bands on the donation store, if we have an in-game store personalization as well. We're still kind of working that out, and your feedback would be appreciated on that. Logically, it really makes sense to have all of those kinds of features, like managing all that stuff on like a smartphone more than a Magic Band. But the Magic Band's it's more Disney. I think that makes sense. And this, again, is probably going to launch late Q1 or early Q2 2016, most likely alongside of hotels with limited features.
Can't wait. You're really hitting the nail on the head with everything.
I try.
It's a lot of just simple things that people have always asked for, and it's good to see that the server is in a position where it's not about us just building the parks and doing things. It's the fact that we're able to get these supplementary things working now, and we're able to get the fine-tuned details, because we're building these parks, and we stress the details in building, but there's so many other aspects to running this that you can't skip the details anywhere, and that's the thing that we're trying to push here, is that the details are what defines us, and so we're trying to narrow in on those details and expand upon them.
Yeah, I mean, my vision for this server is more than just, build parks for people to walk around. I want to actually create a game within the game of Minecraft. So you guys come on to MC Parks, and you can you can essentially have your own game. Have it be almost like an MMO of sorts. You can explore around, you can meet new friends, you can collect things, you can get achievements, you can, be number one of the leaderboard of something, like most rides in Space Mountain if you want to do that. We want to get more game-like features to get people to stay on longer, to get people to make it more of a game. Gamifying things will lead to more enjoyment. The next thing, in conjunction with that, are collectibles. So also, as we mentioned in the song, you're going to be able to collect items in-game, and keep tabs in your collection, trade things with other players, etc., etc. Pins, clothing, and souvenirs are currently the three categories of collectibles that we're considering. You'll be able to purchase items at shops. If you've visited the gift shop on the Expo, this is the collectible plugin in action. It's very limited at the moment. This is a little demo version that I threw together, but this is that is what it is. It is the same exact plugin, albeit a stripped down version that we'll be using to handle collectibles. So you'll be able to collect pins. You can display them in a pin binder or a pin lanyard, and you can trade them with your friends. So your friend has the limited edition pin from the opening of Space Mountain. well, then you can trade for your really rare Sorcerer Mickey pin, for example. You could do those kinds of trades, and there will be limited edition pins that we give out at certain events. So if we do open Space Mountain in New MK, we might give out a limited edition pin to the first 100 riders, or for the people who ride it in the first half hour, or the people who are there on opening day, and stuff like that. And it'll really become, if you remember way back when we had the trading cards. Darren, you remember the trading cards?
Oh, of course, those are fun.
Yes.
My trading card was the best.
Well, it's basically gonna be like that. So we can customize pins. Obviously, they'll be Disney themed. But we can also have ones that are themed to us, to MC Parks cast members. You can get a Westcott pin, or a Ryan pin, or a Darren pin, or a W2 pin, or I don't know, a pin for everyone.
Would you even go as far as saying you can get a Dohan Land pin?
That is something that I would definitely consider. I would definitely consider doing stuff like that. We're going to get like an obscene amount of pins in circulation. So if we have a ton of pins, then we can make different ones more rare, and it'll be different rarities and stuff like that. And it's going to be fun to collect them all. This is part of gamifying things. Now, in terms of clothing, clothing will probably be accessible in what we're going to be calling a wardrobe, which will be accessible in your hotel room or via your Magic Band. And you'll be able to select different clothings. So if you're in the Emporium and you see an Elsa dress that you really, really want, you can get that. You can slap it on, and you can parade around as Princess Elsa, and different things like that, different clothing items for you to wear and collect as well. We're also going to have other fun souvenirs that'll probably be just cosmetic. You could have things like Peter Pan's sword, Buzz's Astro Blaster, or Cinderella's slipper, Duffy the Disney Bear maybe, and a whole host of other things. There are no shortage of souvenirs at Walt Disney World for us to choose from. So the gift shops at the exits of rides are going to become far more interesting. And of course, you can't forget food. There'll be food. Food's going to remain freely available. And that'll be at all the in-game restaurants. The iBuy system is going to be going away when this starts, and we'll replace it with this system. And this is also going to be late Q1, early Q2.
Hey, I have a question.
Sure.
Let's say I'm on Walt Disney World.
Right.
And you're at Universal. Now, you have the Dr. Meowmix pin, and I want that because
right.
He's a pretty chill guy.
He is, yeah.
I hate to go calling shots at people like
right.
that, but he's a little bit cooler than that Ryan Hecht guy.
Oh, I mean, that's up for debate, but okay.
So you have the Dr. Meowmix pin, and I have this dinky old Ryan Hecht pin. I want to trade with you.
Now, see, I'm more of a Ryan.
I'm
more of a Ryan fan, so I think I really want that pin. So that trade seems very enticing to me. Well, this is something that is now possible because your inventory will follow you between the park's servers. So you're going to be able to bring your pins from WDW to USO to Disneyland to Busch Gardens and back again. And so if you want to do trades across servers, you'll be able to. If you want to wear your Elsa dress that you just bought around Busch Gardens, you can do that. Do you want to bring your ballpark nachos on your trip to Busch Gardens, or do you want to bring your butterbeer to Epcot? Well, now you can. This is something that will be debuting as soon as possible, just small implications that we need to work out. That'll probably be Q1 of 2016.
And then I have another question.
Right.
Let's say I have 2 of these dinky Ryan Hecht pins.
Right.
And you take one and give me the Dr. Meowmix pin, and now I have this other one, and then Westcott comes up to me, and he's on Busch Gardens Tampa.
Right.
And right now I'm on Universal because I just got done trading with you.
Okay.
So I go over there, and he offers me cash money for this pin.
Right.
Well, what good's that going to do me?
Well, let's just say that you just finished, a Space Mountain marathon, and you have tons of money from running Space Mountain over and over and over again. That's fine, because your economy and your balance will also follow you across servers. So you'll be able to bring that money over, that real cash money, and you'll be able to trade it for that pin. So that will work. Exactly as you're intending. Actually, we're going to reimagine all of currency on the server, and we're going to reassess the values of things and stuff like that. So the ride rewards are going to be balanced out to make things a little bit more fair, and as an implication of this, your user balances will be reset, because it's essentially like we're using an entirely new system. So the money that you have now isn't going to do you any good for the new system. We might compensate you a little bit for however much money you got. Maybe say if you accumulated $1,000, we'll give you, a couple dollars.
No.
Yeah, I don't know, depending on the value. Yeah, these are all numbers that are going to be discussed later.
Well, I have another question, right?
Okay.
So, I'm starting to get the hang of things here. I'm starting to, understand how things work. But I have one more question.
Okay, what's that
Let's
question?
say I'm riding rides with a bunch of friends, and we get out, and we're in the gift shop, and I don't know how much money I have.
Don't know how much money you have, huh?
My chat key's broken, so I can't type anything. I have no T key. Is there
Right.
any possible way I could figure out how much money I have?
Well, I'm glad you asked, because there is. I actually have a way for we can demo this live and in person. If only I can find. If only FileZilla will open. Essentially, there's going to be a cool way. I don't know why, but for some reason my Windows search button isn't working, so I can't get to FileZilla. Hold on a second, we're working on this. Let's go to.
Well, explain it first, and then we can. We can demo it later.
I found it. All right, cool. So pretty much, it's going to be a scoreboard that is perpetually on the right side of the screen. That is going to give you interesting and pertinent information about your player and a ton of stuff like that. So let's just say it'll tell you how many players are online all of the servers, how many players are online just your server, how much money you have. It might give you updates on the achievement that you've been working on. Maybe it'll give you news. Let's just say we just announced an opening for something. It'll give you all of the news on when that's going to happen. And it will give you tons and tons of information all about what's going on currently in the life of you. So once this lets me on, I will be able to load the configuration and show you guys version 1 of this configuration. It is subject to change, mind you. We might make some changes to the format. We might make some changes to the information that we display. We might make some changes to, I don't know, any number of things regarding this. This is a very thing that'll stay fluid and it should be treated as like a beta version. But
Okay.
It's just almost done. Hold on.
Hold.
Let's see. Hopefully this doesn't kill everything. Looks like the server's lagging a bit, maybe. Did it not go? There it is. So you can see version 1 of the scoreboard. And so over there, as you can tell, that it says your name, it has your balance, which would be 0 right now, it has news, which says welcome to the MCParks Expo, it gives us our website, just in case you don't know, it tells you the server that you're currently on, it tells you how many people are online that server, and it tells you how many people are online all of the servers, and this is a great way to get information about everything that is on, that's going on the server, and this is, there's little animations and things like that going on as well. So I hope you guys like that. Yep, you all seem to be pretty happy about that. I'm glad you are.
Aaron asked if there's a way to turn that off, and I'm sure that there will be in the.
There will be a way in the Magic Band to turn that off if it is very intrusive to you. And I believe in your, maybe in your user interface settings, there's a way to move it. I'm not sure. There might be a way client side for you to do it as well. But there will be an option for you to hide it and to do that. So there's that.
Now, I have another question.
Oh, I also just wanted to say that this is going to launch tonight. So tonight this will go on all of the servers, and you will see this for now. So yeah, so enjoy.
Now, one final question. Okay.
All right, what's that one final question?
We've just announced a lot of stuff.
We have announced quite a bit of stuff.
There's a lot of stuff I'm confused about. Is there any way that I could be helped out in
Oh,
knowing
yes.
more information?
There is definitely a way for you to find out more information, Darren. I'm going to be launching on my YouTube channel a new series all about these new features that we're adding and kind of tutorials and how-tos of some of the more intricate stuff. And it's called Welcome Home, a Guest's Guide to MCParks. And that's going to tell you all about how to use the hotel plugin, how to get items, how to trade items, how to collect items, and how to do all that kind of stuff. And as things come out, whenever the plugin launches, the video will go up as well for you guys to stay in the know about all of the new features on MCParks. And so I think it's gonna be a good time, right, Darren?
Yeah, I think that
I've already picked out the theme music I want to use. I'm gonna use the the Magic Band commercial, the My Magic Plus commercials. You know the song goes the bum ba da dum bum bum. It's gonna be that song to some way. Parker, if you want to make the intro, that sounds good. I can help. You can do that.
Alrighty.
All right.
So, let's completely segue off of new technical features.
Yeah.
So now that that's done,
Hold on. Wait. One more thing we want to talk about. We want to talk about statistics for a little bit.
That's where I was going.
Oh, really? You said we were leaving technical stuff.
I was talking like plugins.
Oh, well, that's still a technical thing.
You're a technical thing.
I am a pretty technical thing.
Yeah, we all know that.
Yeah. So continue.
Recently on MCParks, we've been keeping track of data. We've been paying attention to who rides what ride and where the guest flow is going, and using this data provided to us by Dark Cloudgy, who's put in a ride system, who's put in a tracking system on most of the rides and a few other places. We've been able to track information about what people like about MCParks and where the market is going. Earlier in the Expo. Specifically in the keynote, we had mentioned that Falcon's Fury was one of our most popular rides, and we found that out through using this data tracking. Without that, we would have assumed that Busch Gardens as a whole was a bust.
Yeah.
But the introduction of this information lead us to believe otherwise. So now that we have access to this information, and we're continually keeping track of more and more information, and we're keeping more and more data. Using this, we're going to be able to figure out new park developments and new ride and show developments.
Yes, this is going to help us out quite a bit, and we actually are going to integrate the ideas put forth in this into a plugin of sorts that will track all sorts of ride counts and how many times you've ridden a ride and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, you could pay off the U.S. debt, Ben, if you had enough money.
If you ever want to see about how we do keep track of this data, you can go ahead in the tech wing. There's a little kiosk called How We Collect Data.
Right.
Go ahead and read that through. It's very interesting and it's very riveting stuff to learn.
Oh yeah, it's pretty cool stuff. I think it'll be a very eye-opening experience, and maybe it'll give you some inspiration, right?
Yeah.
I didn't mention launches for the crossover inventory and economy. The economy isn't launching now, so your balances aren't going to reset tonight. There are a few questions about that. That's going to take a little bit because Darren and I need to sit down with some of our managers to talk about how we're going to rebalance the values for stuff and things like that. So that's going to be a couple weeks probably. And the inventory, I think I did actually mention, probably sometime in Q1. And the scoreboard is today.
Okay.
So there's that. So let's move on to something completely different.
Yeah.
We're not even gonna.
I just mentioned, future developments in parks. Well, shall we air it?
We shall air it. I'm just playing it now.
Disney's Animal Kingdom, it's many things, but there's one thing it's not.
That is right, Animal Kingdom is coming to MC Parks. We have early access that is going to be launching this March. It's going to be $25, much like the new MK early access. And it's going to allow you to get into MC Parks, to get into Animal Kingdom all the way up to approximately 1 week until it launches, at which point it will go back to being off limits so we can prepare for the opening. But that's going to be coming in March, guys, for early access. We really hope you enjoyed that because the new MK early access was a big hit. Everyone really enjoyed that. You might see some Building Disney episodes in here, possibly. So look forward to that. And Westcott's been doing a great job, hasn't he, Darren?
Yeah, it's actually going to lead to a little bit further discussion about Westcott later in the keynote. But he has been single-handedly, literally, by himself, working on this park. So everything that you see up to this point has pretty much been done by him, with a few little pieces and bits done by other people. But the majority of the work has been Westcott. So.
Yes, it has, and it's done very, very well. Okay.
You want to go?
No, go for it.
Now, while Westcott has been busy at Animal Kingdom, the other Imagineers have been trucking along in New Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, we got a little video to show you guys there, too, so here it is. So there you go. New MK is also coming as well. We've had tons of work done on rides and tech stuff, as well as the rest of the exteriors, and that has been progressing very, very nicely. So stay tuned in terms of that. And also thanks to Dark Cloud's data, we're starting to make informed decisions about which rides we want to cluster together in large opening events. So over a couple weeks, when everything's done, we'll probably be doing these large events to christen in new rides. So that'll be pretty cool. And of course, what Magic Kingdom would be complete if it didn't have fireworks? That is right, Wishes is a current project of MC Parks. I'm not sure if any of you guys knew that, but Gorthog, who hasn't really been on the server too much, has been secretly in hiding working on Wishes. And we hope to debut it in Q1 of 2016. So in the next 2 months, you might be able to sit down and watch Wishes. And so that'll be a fantastic event. Darren, I think we have something else to say regarding Wishes, don't we?
Yeah. We're actually... Is it ready?
It is. It's not ready. I don't know. I haven't been updated. I haven't been updated yet. So we'll keep it at a stay tuned right now. We'll keep it at a stay tuned.
Just keep your eyes out for tomorrow, guys. That's
what
yes,
we'll
say.
Definitely do. Definitely do.
That is as far as we'll run that. That statement.
And also, elsewhere in Walt Disney World, there have been things that have been going on as well in terms of new innovative ride designs and ride features and stuff like that. Now, as I'm sure all of you are very well aware, Soarin' at the Land has closed for refurbishment as of January 4th. It is being redone to add a third theater, as well as lay the groundwork for the new film, which is Soarin' Around the World. Well, MC Parks is going to have that as soon as we possibly can for you guys, all with a very innovative ride system using invisible pigs and falling sand, which, if you did some of the exhibits in the tech wing, you might know all about some of that now. And we have a demo for Soarin'. We call it Soarin' Over the Expo. And in a new area called Ride Demos in Phase 2 of the Expo, you will be able to ride a Soarin' car right over the Expo with no track, no minecarts, and no moving parts. I guess it's just entities being teleported, and it looks really cool. So I invite you guys to go and check out Soarin' after the keynote tonight and all of tomorrow, because it's going to be awesome. Ride this a lot. Darren, there's one more ride that has an innovative ride system. You want to tell us about that?
Are we announcing that tonight?
Well, we're talking about it. We are. We have a demo for it.
Oh, well,
yeah.
What do you know?
Yeah.
As it turns out, it appears a certain tower that has been in the works for some time has struck its way onto the MCParks Expo, and we have a miniature version of Tower of Terror that is able to be ridden and will be good to go tonight.
Yeah, also in the same room as that Soarin' demo, there is a Tower of Terror demo that you can go up and down, also using invisible pigs. And that's, once again, no minecarts and no track, but still a very innovative ride experience. So that's going to be really cool. And that, you can tell where that is because it's the big building that looks like Tower of Terror, the small building that looks like Tower of Terror in the ride demos room. And we'll get to where that is in actually it's now. There's another one in there that's a little bit of a it's like a little show demo with Phantasmic, but you know, it's not like we're working on Phantasmic right now. So here you go. I'm sure you guys saw Phase 1 of the map that Parker made. Well, this is Phase 2, which is right here. And you can see all those areas that were grayed out are no longer. So if you can see number 13 on the map, that is where we are right now in the main showcase room. That is the auditorium. If you walk out of this auditorium and you make a left, the doors will open at the conclusion of the keynote. And if you walk out of the door and you make a left, you will head into the hotels area. So number 20 is the Beach Club Resort, and number 19 is Animal Kingdom Lodge. You can all right-click your the check-in signs at the check-in tables, and you will be given a room reservation where you can go and claim a room, one per guest. So that's how that's gonna go. Each guest can only have one room for the expo. So choose wisely. That's one for the entire thing. It's not one per hotel. You get one and that's it. So choose wisely which one you want to be in to test everything up. If you walk out of this room and you make a right, then you will go into the ride demos room, which is number 14. That's where there's a Soarin' over the Expo that I mentioned before, the Tower of Terror demo, as well as a little Phantasmic demo for you guys to check out. That looks really cool, and I hope you enjoy that. If you continue outside of the ride demo room, you will see a little courtyard, which apparently, I didn't know this, we're calling it the experimental prototype courtyard of tomorrow. Whose idea was that?
A culmination of mine and W2's.
All right, well, it's pretty funny. I like it. And in the fountain there's a partner statue that's me and you instead of Walt and Mickey. But we're both the same size. So that's that. And then if you follow that, there's also an MCParks character spot, which looks very reminiscent of the Epcot character spot. I don't know if we're actually going to have people in there doing meet and greets. Everyone's going to probably be pretty busy. But, we'll see. If you follow that room northwards, I don't think it's actually north, but if you follow it that way, you'll get into the prop room. And in the prop room, which is number 16, a prop house on your map, you can see a bunch of random things that we pulled from the parks, most notably of which is the Sorcerer's Hat, which is making its reappearance for 2 days only. I really like the Sorcerer's Hat. I really like the way it looked on our server, and so I was really... I think the biggest reason why I was upset that the Sorcerer's Hat was leaving is because I really liked the one we had on here. I'm not even joking. So, yeah. There's a few other interesting things as well. There's a little Star Wars Easter egg. If you look up, look up and see if you can spot the Star Wars stuff. And if you continue walking, you will head into the 3 Years of Magic exhibit that W2 has put together. Darren, what can they find in the 3 Years of Magic exhibit? Uh-oh, I got disconnected from Mumble. So let's just join back for just a minute. And when we join back, Darren, once again,
yeah.
Tell me, what can we find in the 3 Years of Magic exhibit?
In the 3 years of Magic exhibit, you can find a little bit of history about the MCParks server, and you can also find all sorts of nice little goodies involving some server facts and trivia. You can learn a little bit about MCParks.
Yeah, you can definitely learn a lot, and see some really old relics of the server. So that'll be cool. And then there's another room which is not open yet, and it's gonna be a little behind the tech of MCParks. It's just a little thing that has some switches and levers for you to pull. It's more of like a fun area than it is anything else. I don't think it's too informative, but that's not opening right now. But the rest of the stuff is. So this map will replace the other map. Darren, are you going to handle it with the links and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I got it.
Awesome. So I hope you guys enjoy that. Now, the last thing that we want to talk about is, the second to last thing, really. We want to hype up the creative announcements tomorrow. Darren, tell us what they can look forward to.
Well, tomorrow we're going to have a little meeting about creative. We're going to be discussing the future developments of creative. We're going to be going into some new plugins and some policy changes, and a few of them you guys might be extremely happy to hear.
Oh yeah.
So I think that's where we should leave it at. What time's the
It's
meeting for
1:15.
creative tomorrow?
1:15 p.m. tomorrow.
1:15 p.m.
In
Eastern
this room.
Standard Time.
In this room on this Twitch channel, everything will be here. So look forward to that. That's going to be pretty cool. And we have one last thing that we need to do, and it is to acknowledge some cast members that have gone above and beyond on MCParks. Darren, this is your little brainchild. So tell them about the Senior Imagineer, or so the Senior Cast Member program.
Well, a lot of the ranks have managers, and when you're in a rank like the Imagineers, we've had both W2 and Mike for literally years. W2's been here for almost 3 years, and Mike has been here for 2 years. There's been no ability to move up and prove yourself above the rest and be able to prove that you have served your time here and you have shown what it takes to hold the MCParks standard to the highest ability and to have everything that's required to be a real role model in the server. So we introduced this rank as a way for us to be able to set these people who go above and beyond apart from everybody else in the server. And so with that being said, we're going to start with the first ever Senior Imagineer. He has been on the server for quite some time, and he's no stranger to MCParks. He has he's been taking up a big project on his own, and he's been running a pretty amazing a show over at Animal Kingdom. He's supposed to give a speech and come out on stage, but he's currently in the AFK channel, so I don't know if he's here.
Westcott. Let's TP him and just see what happens.
Westcott, welcome to the Senior Imagineer.
Yeah, he's moving around. He's doing stuff. So we're gonna have Parker give him his new rank, and see, you can see the difference there. Westcott.
Hey, he's alive.
Hello. Mumble's being a little little finicky right now. So forgive it. Little
Give a
head.
quick speech.
Hey, you want to say anything?
Yeah. Just thank you a lot. It means a lot for me, and I don't know. It's felt great to be here this long, and I just hope to be here for a long time in the future.
Yeah. There you go. Type something in chat.
Mobile chat?
No, in like the game chat. Say something on the server. There you go. You can see you have the star in your name like that. There you go. That's what the senior tag looks like. So that's how we're going to distinguish between our senior Imagineers and our senior GRs and everyone else. So there you go. I hope you guys enjoy. Congratulations, Westcott. You definitely deserved it. Let me give you a handshake. Here, turn to me on the server. We're going to shake hands. Ready? All right. There you go. All right. Thank you. You may leave. You can't fly out, so just do like just warp to the theater or something. Thank you, Westcott. So there's that. Next up,
There he goes.
This one's mine, because he comes from my brethren. For those of you who do not know, I was a GR way back when. I was a GR manager, before that I was a GR, before that I was a tour guide. And this guy, he was here for pretty much all of it. We served as managers at a time together. We were both GR managers. Then he left, and then he came back, and then he joined back the ranks as one of my GRs. And then I think he went inactive again, and then he came back. But he's really been here since the start, pending a few small real-life things that he had to deal with. But he's all around a pretty cool guy. He's I don't know, he just exemplifies what GR should do. He lives our acronym magic that we have in his entire life, and he really gives the other GR something to strive for. When people are doing something that, might not be the most mature thing in the world, he speaks up and says, listen guys, there's a better way to handle this. When things aren't really going well, he always sees a silver lining. He's always optimistic about things, he's fantastic. And even though he's not serving in a manager capacity right now, he still does a really good job at being a leader to his fellow GRs. So I'd like to congratulate 18C-Man18, or Colin, on being the first of two senior guest relations cast members. Come here, Colin. Welcome, Colin. You're here. Let's drag him in. He's muted. Oh, no, he's not. Colin, congratulations.
Thank you.
Is there anything you'd like to say?
I just want to say that, of course, thank you for, I just want to thank everyone for, being here, because this is pretty insane, this Expo thing, because when I joined, I never thought that we could, get this amount of people on for something as crazy, just talking about new stuff that's going to happen. So this is pretty crazy, and I want to thank everyone for coming out.
There you go. Thank you, Colin. It means a lot to have you aboard. It's been a pleasure working with you over the past 2.5 years. It's been awesome. Here, give me the handshake. There you go. Parker, you got the rank. Let's see. I don't know. Type in chat, see if he did anything. See if Parker's been doing his job. Let's see. There you go. You got it. Oh, except you got to change your nickname.
Try to say Tess.
Yeah. Just change your nickname so it's white, I guess. But other than that, good job. Congratulations.
All right, thank you.
Yes. We have one more. Darren, you're gonna do it?
Yeah, sure. I'll take this. So this is the last senior GR and the last senior cast member for the night. She has been one of the most influential cast members in MCParks history, pretty much serving longer than most cast members total.
Yeah.
She first got her start here back in June of 2013, so nearly 3 years ago. And now she is here. She's a GR. She's one of our most ambitious GRs. She's always willing to do work, and she's always willing to help out. In fact, last night she was on until midnight or 1 a.m. and whatever it was, working on the Expo server with myself, Ryan, and Parker, and we were all doing work into the third shift of the night. And she was on here making sure that everything was ready for you guys. And so it is my pleasure to introduce to you all Jessica K22, our final senior guest relations.
Let's see here.
Is she gonna run over here?
Oh, wrong Jessica.
I'm here.
There you go. All right, welcome, correct, Jess. Hi, welcome. Do you have anything you'd like to say?
Thank you. Thanks to everybody, Maggie, Jack, Kay, everybody that I've worked with. Very fun. I've had a lot of fun on here, and I've been here a long time. So yeah.
There you go. It's been great having you. Thank you for all of your work. Here, give me the handshake. All right, thank you, and you can type in chat.
Why didn't you say thanks to me?
Thank you,
him. There you go. And there's your name in
welcome.
chat. There you go. Thank you very much.
Alrighty.
All right, guys.
That concludes it.
This pretty much wraps it up. We need some outro music. How about the Haunted Mansion graveyard music?
So, guys, we have a lot more events tomorrow. We have Applying Hints at 11 a.m. These times are all in Eastern Standard Time. So we have Applying Hints at 11 a.m. tomorrow. The Imagineering Future at 12:30. At 1:15 p.m. we have the creative announcement At 2 p.m. we have Magic in Action, which is a Q&A with the guest relations cast members. At 3 p.m. we have plugin development and general technical information with the techs. At 4 p.m. we have giveaways. At 5:30 we have the Expo recap. At 7 p.m. we have the closing ceremony, followed by 9 p.m. the main hall closing. So this time, 24 hours from now, the Expo will be coming to a close. We are officially at the halfway point. And with that, I see we have some rides to demo.
I think we do as well. Darren, let's make our exit.
Let's go. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys.